crispy. That's today's goal on these wings. These things gotta come out crispy. If not, I failed. So as I was scouring the internet, I noticed something. For the last year, I have been focused on the major proteins, brisket, ribs, pork, so on and so forth, and I focused on those. I forgot about wings, and literally, wings are probably my most favorite thing to eat. So I decided, hey, you know what? Let me get a Weber. I don't have one. Everybody's got to have one of those things. Let me take my barbecuing in reverse a little bit, go back and do things they were over charcoal and briquettes, wood chunks to get the smoke flavor. You know, that's some of the rudimental stuff that I need to make sure that I've got down. So I got myself the beautiful ivory 22-inch Weber. Let me tell you, that thing is pretty nice. But to get you up to speed on where we are and what I've done with the chicken so far, all I've done is done a wash and dried them off real well. I used Dawn soap. Just kidding. I didn't use Dawn soap, but I have heard of people doing that. Just washed them off in hot water, dried them up. You want to make sure that they are dry. That's very key with this. Something that you can do that will help you get that crisp wing when it's finished is if you mix up baking soda and cornstarch. Now, I did about a teaspoon of the cornstarch and baking soda each per pound. So I had close to about 6 teaspoons mixed in a mixing bowl with all the chicken and got all that covered. I put this back in the fridge for probably 2 hours, try to get them dried out. I actually had to use paper towels again just to make sure that these are about as dry as I can get them. If you don't have one, you might want to pick up one of these racks like this. It's a wire rack and it kind of stands it up off the table a little bit to help get air underneath, get all this dried out while it's in the fridge. I haven't seasoned the chicken just yet. I don't want the salt that's in this rub to start drawing the moisture back out. That's what you don't want. But I have not used this yet. This is Uncle Steve Shake Competition Bird Shake. Now, it says right here, if it flies, it fries. Well, buffaloes fly. I mean, chicken flies. So that's exactly what I'm going to put on here. I've got two sauces that I'm going to do at the very end. These two are my favorite. I got these at HEB. So I'm going to take you outside over to the kettle and we'll get this started. Presenting my very first Weber. Oh, she's beautiful. She is beautiful. Now I have to give every grill a hug when they come into my family. So let me just give it a hug. Make sure that it's not going to do anything that's going to make problems for me. So I have to talk to it. Yes, grill. Yes, Mr. Weber. All right, so what I have here is my chimney. I've got my starter cube. I'll just place that underneath. I'll go ahead and I picked up some B&B briquettes. This is what I'm going to use for my source. I'm not going to fill the chimney up all the way. If I need more, once I put the vortex in, it's just simply adding some on top. It's not a big deal. So let me get this lit. This is what happens when teenagers get your lighter. There's my vortex. I'll just place that in. Very carefully try to get these in there without making a huge mess. There we go. Now, like I said, I can always add more, which I think I will. All right. Go ahead and set my grate back in. Put the centerpiece back on. Sorry if that was loud. Now, I did spray down all the chicken with a pass of this duck fat. That's going to also help with getting the crispy effect that we want. So I'm going to go ahead and spray the grates. I also picked up some hickory wood pieces. This is what's going to help give me some more smoke flavor on those wings. I'm going to set the lid back down. I've got my entering vent at the bottom all the way wide open. I've got my exhaust exiting air wide open. So I'm going to let this get up to temp, and then we shall return. Okay, well, I might be running a little hot on my temperature, but we are about to find out what's going to happen. For me, this is trial and error. I'm going to put the biggest part of the drumstick facing the fire. God, that's hot. The wingettes, I'm probably just going to put a little further back. Okay, I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes. I'm going to rotate this exhaust about every 90 degrees so that we kind of get an even cook all the way around. All right, so I'm slightly nervous, so I'm going to just take a peek. I know that's not, you're not cooking if you're looking, but I also don't want to be burning. It's been 15 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, it's not as bad as I was expecting. Thought they were going to be burned to a crisp. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this to about there. Give it another 15 minutes. Probably at the 30-minute mark is probably where I need to rotate them, flip the wings over. All right, let's take a gander. Okay, I think I probably need to flip them. We're right around 25 minutes. I'm just going to work my way around this, get all these bad boys flipped. I mean, they're looking pretty good. All right, so let's take a look. It's been right around 45 minutes. Hey, those aren't looking too bad. I got my chef's temp Insta read thermometer. So I'm just going to take a few readings and see what we got. Really, I'd like to see around 200, 190, 200. All right, so we're running around in the drums, 190. Yeah, almost 190. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get my sauces that I'm going to put on and go ahead and coat one side, get those nice and set, and then flip them over and do the other side. So I'll be right back. Now this is the medium sauce that comes from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is one of my favorites, and I'll do the other half of these wings with the other flavor. So I'll just run through here and get these nice and coated. All right, this is that flying sauce from HEB. This stuff is great. Spicy barbecue. I found this one day. Let me tell you, I got hooked. So medium and this barbecue, spicy barbecue, two of my top favorites. I gotta say, these are actually looking pretty good, pretty good. Let's get these flipped over, sauce the other side, give them a few minutes, and then we're ready to eat. We'll go back inside and I'll do a final taste test. Well, I know the taste will be on point. It's more of a texture thing at this point. How are they going to turn out? Are they crispy or are they just soggy? Okay, we are back inside. I got my two flavors. This is the medium. It's still super hot. Now, I think probably what has happened is these were crispier, but after I put the sauce on both sides and let that try to set in, it did uncrisp it a little bit. So I'm gonna have to work on that technique, but I still don't think this is gonna be a loss by any means. It's good. Oh, wow. rub has a kick in it. I was not expecting that. Man, that's good. These are super spicy along with that medium sauce. And I can literally taste that smoke, that mesquite log that I added in there. It actually has a smoke flavor to it, man. These are delicious. Even though this was my first time to use a Weber, I can't be mad at this. This is really good. I'll have the links to the Weber Master Touch down in my description, along with these two sauces and Uncle Steve's shake. That stuff has got a kick. I like that. Look, I'm hungry. We got fries that are about to finish. We got to bust out the ranch. It's time to eat. I'm Tom with Lone Star Smoke. We'll see you next time.